wanted, all I want to do is put it out there for you. I'm home in my kitchen, relaxing and maxing. Now listen, I want you to be able to get at me, ask me anything that you want to ask me within means, and I'll answer any question within means. Now I had a chance to listen to the little young lady they call Roz chopping it up. She had some good things to say, and I also listened to the young fella they call Coco. He also had some good things to say. And I listened at the young lady they call Trish or Pumpkinhead or whoever it is. I'm not sure. But anyway, I've listened to these people. And what I think is this right here. Now, this is me. Everybody got their own truth. I got my truth, they got their truth, and they got their way of doing what they do on YouTube. They've been up here for a while. They have pages. They're connected. They got people. They got followers. They got subscribers, and they do a lot of stuff. But what I don't understand, let me correct that. What I'm not trying to connect with, and what I don't get, is why is it all this mudslinging? Now you got this queen. She's up and coming. Now it looks like sometime when she's up on the channel, she has some things going on. But anyway, nevertheless, I don't want to get out there putting it out there like I'm uh, 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 making it about a personal thing because it's not personal. I'm just saying the First Amendment gives me the right to speak, and the First Amendment allows me to be able to talk to the people and put my truth out there. And if I'm wrong, I ask for all corrections, and then I ask you to fact check. That's right, fact check. Fact check. That's what it is, fact check. And if you fact check and you see that that information is wrong, I need you to correct it. I need you to send me an email. I need you to holler at me. I need you to get at me. I need you to speak back to me so that I will know what's going on and what I said or what I did. Now, if I said something out the way or I disrespected anybody, I need to be corrected about that. But what I'm seeing here is a lot of mudslinging. I'm thinking that I'm thinking that as an individual or individuals, I think that we should keep our own backyards clean before we step into somebody else's backyard or even step into somebody else's backyard about what they've done or where they're going or what they're doing. If you keep your own backyard clean and speak your own truth and stay forward, stay focused about what you got to put out there. Why do you need to be in somebody else's backyard? Why do you need to be in somebody else's warehouse? Why do you need to be down the daggone street when you need to be up in your own yard? Now, I heard these young ladies speaking about different things. So let me make this plain and let me try to get it. Let me try to put it so that you can understand. A lot of things like kids running around, mice and stuff like that, that's personal. And that's called mudslinging. To me, that's called mudslinging. And if a person is mudslinging, that means that they need that to keep their thing up and moving. Now, to me, this is how I feel. Knowledge is free. It don't cost nothing. It's all free. So when we put the truth out there, it's coming from the horse's mouth. In other words, it's coming from that human being's mouth to you and to your mind, heart, mind, body, and soul, and brain, so that you will be able to receive it in a manner that is appropriate and that you won't look at it in a callous manner and think to yourself that these people are Muslim. And that's how I see what those people are putting out there. I think that they're Muslim. I think that there's a lot of going back and forth. I think that it's not necessary. And I'm thinking that if you got something to sell, you need to go on and sell what you got to sell and leave that alone. To me, it looked like you need those type of people to keep your thing afloat, and that you need people that's on your side to be able to agree with you about what you're doing, and it's not kosher, it's not right. And if you need that kind of input so that you can thrive, then you don't. Then what you putting out there is not legit. And if you keep going over and over and over and over about the same thing every day or every time you get up on the channel doing the same thing, don't you think that is redundant? And don't you think that if people are listening to that, that it's getting old? I've heard you. I've heard the young guy. He said he'd been around. He said he'd been in the penitentiary. But I got some information about that also. Not him per se, but about the penitentiary. I know how it goes down. I know how it works. And I know basically how Joker functions in there. So, in getting off that subject, I want to say this. Stay in your own backyard. Keep that clean. Promote your own truth. Don't ride on somebody else's coattail, or don't use the next individual so that you can stay afloat, or that you can get a yay and a clap, or 3,000 claps, or you can get somebody to holler at you. Stay off of somebody else's coattail and promote your own truth. And if you promote your own truth on your own page and it's good, and it's truthful, the people gonna automatically subscribe to you because they know that it's real and it's coming from a real source. For me, I'm gonna promote my truth. I got a lot of things going on, been around a lot, been around a lot of states, been in a lot of towns and cities, and I've made a lot of friends in different places. So I want to put that on out there. I have a journey and I have information that I want to impart to the American people. You feel me? Now listen, another thing. I'm only gonna say that one time. I ain't gonna keep going. Listen, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm not going to keep going over that. I'm going to use some ebonics. So, and I'm going to use a lot of ebonics because that's what the American people can relate to now. People have conversation and they use ebonics in their conversation, and they want to be able to get their point across to the people. So I want to put it out there like that. I'm an individual. Once we get connected and once we get up and running, it's just like that boy said. Once the honeys get pumping, it's hard to make them stop. So what I want to do is I want to get up and pumping, and I don't want to stop. So I want to get this thing rolling. I need y'all to subscribe. I need you to look at the videos. I need to see where y'all coming from, and I need y'all answers. I need you to fact check me because I have information that I want to put out there. Listen, they call it the First Amendment. From the first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, down to the 15th, they say we have the right to speak truth. And as long as we don't make it about race and other things like that, we should be good to go. And I should be good to promote what I have to promote. Now, off of that subject. But those of you, I got this to say. Streetwalkers is going to be one. Drug abuse is going to be one. Suffering from depression is going to be one. And females going through changes in their sexual inhabitants. It's going to be another. We're going to talk about all of those things. I won't get to them all at one time because I want this to be good. I want it to be right. Comes right off the top of my brain. It's information that I have enhanced, information that I have gotten along the way, information that I've accrued, and I want to be able to give it to you back live, just like this, coming off my brain, out of my mouth, going to you so that you can hear it in your ears, in your brain, digest it, dissect it, and be able to articulate it right back to me or back to the individual whom you might be giving it to about me. And that's how I want it to happen. Next, this is what I want to talk about. For those young individuals out there, man, that's moving and grooving in that fast life and that fast lane, believe me, if I see it, you know the police see it. I'm not telling on you, but this is how I'm gonna put it. If you go out there in that fast lane and you pull that pistol, you shoot an individual in the midst of a lot of individuals, and you think to yourself that those individuals not going to tell, but you did it at the heat of the moment. Now, what's going to happen? If it's a gang setting, this is how it's going to go down. That individual is going to tell somebody else outside of the gang setting. That individual outside of the gang setting that he articulated that to going to tell the next individual, and so on and so on. And this is what's going to happen. Now the investigation goes in because the local authorities got wind to it. Somebody got busted. So now they want to get out of the penitentiary. But they telling the local authorities, he said, look, don't, you can't let him know that I gave you this information and that I made confession. Now listen, this is how it goes down. Don't get it messed up and don't get it twisted by any means. If an individual makes a confession and tells on you and you don't know it, and and your lawyer is not smart enough to get the discovery. Hold up, let me back up for a minute. The investigation goes in. They do the investigation. They got everything that they need. Now they coming to see you because they know that you were a trigger man. So they kick down your door, they knock on the door, serve a warrant, and if you resist, they got to kick the door down. But if you open the door and come quietly, they got to take you down the station and ask you a few questions. Now, once they ask you these few questions and they interrogate you a little bit, and you answer some of the questions and stuff like that, and then they put it in there, and you answer all of the questions, and they said, "Well, all right, well, we don't have enough to hold you. We're gonna let you go again." All right, but they do another investigation, but they got a confession, but they do more investigation because a murder charge is something that got to be tight. It got to be tight, right? But all I'm doing is putting out the information. I've been there. I'm not a murderer, but I've been where murderers were. And I know how it works because I've been in the life. And in being in the life, you learn a lot of things. You know how to do things. You know how to maneuver. You know how to talk to people. You know how to be slick. You know what you want. You had fast cars, fast women, stuff like that. But now let me get back on that subject. Subject is they come back again because the investigation is tight. They serve a warrant, take you back down. This time, questions, but you're not going nowhere. So they lock you up. No bail. But this is how it went down. You caused your own self to become incarcerated because you told or you did what you shouldn't have did at the heat of the moment. You pulled a gun, shot a person, killed that individual, or either he was on his deathbed and he died in the hospital. Don't make no difference. You still gonna get charged with murder. Now, whether it's first degree or second degree or whatever it is, it's murder. Either way it go. Capital crimes have no statute of limitations. So now you in jail, no bond. You don't have a gun. And this is how it goes down. Now, county jail, you probably gonna make it through that. You probably gonna do that. Now, 9 times out of 10, on a murder, you're gonna get a $5 million bond, a $5 million bond. Now, if you're not one of those individuals that been stacking some cake or some paper, then you're not gonna make that bond. Because if you're an individual who don't have that kind of capital, then you're not gonna make it. So what's gonna happen to you is this right here. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to ask somebody if they can get you out. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. Those people ain't got that kind of capital either. They're not gonna risk the house because you got a murder. Chances is you gonna run. So you still in the county jail. You might make the county jail. You sitting for a minute. Say you sit for a year. Trial's not up because they can take their time. They can drag your feet. You go up for bond reduction. They give you a bond reduction. They take off a mill. You still got $4 million bond. You can get another bond reduction. You go up, no change. Only because they got a case that's airtight and they're gonna bring it to you. Now, when they bring it, you go on trial 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Trial lasts that long. Sometimes it can last as long as 2 years. But if it's airtight and they got a case and that they got the information that's in the stacked against you, chances is you're gonna get found guilty. Now, when you get found guilty, immediately they take you back. They take you back. They take you back into uh, back to the county jail, and you start and you wait until your sentencing date. You got to do the probation report, stuff like that. And after the probation report is done, then they give it back to it goes back to the district prosecutor. One copy goes back to the judge, a copy goes to yourself, and now you wait. Your probation report is back. You got 30 days before it's time to go to sentence, and most of the time that's how it goes down. Sometimes 60 days, but when they got a case like that, they want to get you out the way real quick. So you go to your sentencing. Now the judge, you go before the judge, you standing there shaking in your boots like a crap game. Now because you no longer had a gun, you did this at the heat of the moment. You don't even know why you did it. You killed an individual, and it's on your conscience. And now you getting ready to go to the penitentiary to stomp with the big boys. Now remember, you had a gun, but now you're getting ready to go stomp with the big boys. It's different. One of the greatest universities in the world. Any penitentiary is greater than a college. You know why? Because they got all kind of individuals in that school. They got chemists. They got rocket scientists. They got all kind. They got drug store, pharmacists. They got murderers, tree jumpers, uh, burglary people. They got all things there and all kind of information and people from all over the world. They get stopped on the highway, they lock them up, and they take them to trial. That's how they make their money. Now, all right, we getting back to you. Judge getting ready to give you the sentence. You standing there shaking like a crap game because you no longer got a gun. But this is how it usually goes down. Young boys, they do these things, man, and they don't even know why the hell they did it. But now they're getting ready to get this sentence. They're getting ready to get hit. You get 100 years. 100 years. No back number, no top number. 100 years straight out. All right. Judge say this is your sentence, son. You take it on the chin because you think you was a gangster then. So now you getting ready to go for some real gangsters. Listen here, man. I really didn't want to say it like that, but I've seen so much of it. Most of you young jokers, man, got these guns and pull these triggers and kill an individual, and then you go into the penitentiary. What's going to happen is you're going to become a faggot. I know this for a fact. I've seen it. It's going to happen. You no longer got that gun, and you didn't come in with a reputation. So, and you did what you did at the heat of the moment. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna smell the fear on you as you come through the door because they're gonna see it on you. So what I'm trying to say to you, is to all of you young individuals who are out there trying to do these things and will one day have to face a judge if you get caught doing what you're doing. You need to leave it alone, put it down, and pick up a skill and try to get some work behind you. That hard earned money spends a little bit different than that easy money. I got a few more things that I want to put out there. Then I'm gonna take it down, and we're gonna get right back at you again on another day and a day in time. The other thing is this right here. I want to close again because I want to take tamp this again. I can't take a temperature check because I don't know who's out there watching. I don't know who's out there hollering, and I don't know who's doing. But give me a thumbs up if you like it. Get at me. Get at your boy. We doing it real big. That's gonna be my handle. Doing it real big. And then I got this other thing that I want to give you before I go into this next question and answer. I got a dance called The Old Man. Woolie's World. The Old Man is the name of the dance. I ain't gonna do it yet because I'm gonna do it. But when I do it, I want everybody to know. But if anybody comes up with this dance, Woolie's World, The Old Man, if you didn't see me do it, then it didn't come from me. So hold strong. I got a lot of things that I want to share with you, a lot of things that I want to do. We're gonna have a lot of laughs. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna do a bunch of things. All right, and we're gonna dissect some information, question and answers. Holla at me and get at your board. Let me know how it's going down. Appreciate it. Now, for those of you, I want to touch on this a little bit. For those of you who are struggling in that drug world and you smoking that glass joint, let me give you a little bit of information about that. A lot of you guys and girls need or you want help. You really, really want help. And a lot of you guys are telling yourself, and a lot of you ladies are telling yourself that I can quit this daggone thing at any time I want to. But why you ain't quit? You say you can quit. You say you got the strength to quit, but you haven't done it yet. You still struggling. Now you looking raggedy. Face sunk in, eyes sunk in. You weigh 100 pounds where you can't. You used to weigh 200 pounds, 175. Coke bottle shaped like that. Now you down to 100 pounds, 95 pounds. No longer a Coke bottle. Ashy legs. People don't want to be around you because you admitting the odor, and they can't stand it. They don't want you in their house. Stuff like that. So if you suffering, I got information for you. If you truly, truly are suffering, now listen to me. You can get into a program. Sometimes you just need a moment to be placed away in somebody's care so you can get a chance to think about what it is you've done throughout the course of your life and what you are doing right now to ruin your life. You just need a little bit of time so that you can put it all back together and begin to think about what it is. Now listen, when you're dabbling with that glass joint, smoking them rocks, whether it be crack or whatever, hitting the dragon with crack or whatever, you have caused yourself a problem. You can't quit. It's calling you. They say it's not addictive, but it is addictive. If you can't quit and you can't get away from it, it's calling you. It's telling you, come on, I got you. Come on, one more hit, one more hit. Now you look bad. So now this is what you need to do. And if you're telling yourself the truth and asking yourself some honest questions about what it is I need to do, you need to be able to get to somebody or get to a residence, call somebody, talk to somebody, ask an aunt, an uncle, a father, a brother, a sister, anybody that's willing to help you get past or get around or get over this thing that's causing you death. It's taking your life. And if these people really want to see you get it together and you want to get yourself together, they will sincerely help you along the way, help you get into a program. Now, listen, check this out. You will say to yourself, now I done been in the program 2 or 3 times. So what? There's people who go 5 times and fall down 7 times. But on that eighth, on that 7th time, after they get up and walk that chalk line the 8th time, they puts it all together. They puts it all together. And then with that in mind, you'll be able to go somewhere. You'll be able to do some things. That's what you want to do. We walking through the house. Let me get this straightened out real quick. Hold strong, everybody. Come on. So I'm trying to plug this up, so give me a minute. I don't want this to run out on me. I got a little bit of time. So I need to get this plugged up a little bit so that I can continue to talk to everybody. You see me moving around? It's only because I'm trying to plug up my laptop because my light came on. And once I get it together, I get right back at you. But I want to close on this note. I want to close on this note. I'm sorry about that, YouTube. I want to close on this note. I want to close with mine. I'm sorry about that. Forgive me. That's my video. I'm real about that. I didn't want that whatsoever at all. What I want to say is get back at y'all at a later date and time, and we're going to finish that out. But what I was saying to the individuals who want some help in their drug life and who are or tearing their life apart, their families apart, and their daughters and their sons are seeing these things, get at me because I can help you. I can direct you to places that you can get some help at. I would like to make calls for you, do whatever I can to see to it that you can get into a place. My number is 252-326-9376. Get at me there. Willie Hewins at YouTube. You can get me at Facebook. Willie Hewins on Facebook. You can get me on Facebook. You can get me at the True Focus. I have a page called the True Focus, and this is what we do. I'm going to school for human services, drug abuse, and it goes into a variety of fields. So I have the information. I earned that information, and I'm doing well with it. And I want to help you do well as I am doing. Peer support specialist. If you don't know about it, look it up. Find out what the definition of peer support specialist means, and then you'll know what it is. Now you know. So if it means anything to you, take a look at it. Ask yourself some real honest questions. Seek some help. Get back at me. One love. Peace up. Y'all take it easy. YouTube.